All right.
All right.
You're joined by Josh Massey,
That's me.
the Organized Play Program Manager, and it does seem like your title has changed a little bit over the course of the 3 years that Unlimited has been making. So I want to make sure I got that right.
So I have been the program manager the whole time.
Oh, okay.
But the position itself has maybe changed a little bit.
Perfect.
Without my role technically changing.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
Well, great. Well, so as we're getting started to play another game of Star Wars Unlimited, I will be Vader, you will be Luke.
Yes.
As we shuffle and get ready for our first round here, would you mind, just for folks who are unfamiliar, explaining what an Organized Play Program Manager does at Fantasy Flight Games and how that relates to Star Wars Unlimited?
Right. So it is my job to make sure that we have organized play, that we have
Seems simple.
events happening in stores, outside of stores, on the big competitive side, because we all know that's going to happen for this game, right? So it is my job to come up with the programs and the things that will get people excited, right? So my team is working on the events, working on getting really cool promo cards in stores and, as participation prizes for all of the tournaments people go to, and obviously then all the really big stuff for the winners and whatnot.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's my jam.
Fantastic. All right, so I don't love this hand. So I think for the first time today, I'm going to take a mulligan.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, which is interesting because this is now my fourth game, and no mulligans to this point. So we'll see where we get.
I will not be taking a mulligan.
Great.
I love this.
Pretty happy about it. The heroes seem to be getting what they want here. All right, so we'll go ahead and try this one more time. All right, that's a little better. So we're going to go ahead and resource 1 and 2. And we'll go with that. So embossed
licensed side
yeah.
or not licensed side?
We'll go with licensed. No.
All right, I'll take it.
There you go.
I love that.
Fantastic.
All right, so I'm going to drop R2
Yes.
for 1. When played, I get to take B. Ooh, yeah, we'll hold on to that.
We'll keep that right where it is. Fantastic. I will pay 2 resources for a Viper Probe droid.
Okay, sounds great. And then I should have asked you before we started recording, but I'm going to ask you now. Should I be walking through my turn? Like,
I think we're okay to just.
We're beyond the teaching point. We're just playing. All right. So we're gonna Luke a shield right onto R2 as my heroic.
I would love to look at your hand because of the probe droid, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Fantastic. Oh, good. Yeah, we're good. You've probably played enough of these where things might slip the mind a little bit. I understand.
Well, and I was in the middle of thinking about a question that I needed to ask.
No problem. I think I'll take the initiative.
I think that you will do that. Yeah.
Yes.
And then I think I will pass.
Great. So as we ready up for the next round here, if you can correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first new TCG Fantasy Flight's released in the post-COVID era.
Yes.
So as someone who is in charge of and works closely with Organized Play, how important is Organized Play's role in getting players back to their local tables?
Right. That's a great question. So when I talk about Organized Play, what I usually tell people, because Organized Play is a part of the marketing team.
Sure.
Marketing is all about acquisition, right? You're getting people to watch your TV commercials, your big ads, whatever. They're getting people in the door. It's my job to keep them there, right? That's what Organized Play is all about. We want people to have that community experience, right? So prior to my job here, I ran events with local game stores for another card game, and that was my focus. I didn't want people coming in feeling like they had to do all these things to feel like part of the group. Like, we were super open and welcoming, and that's what we're doing with this game. We're trying to make it so that we can get people in and they immediately just feel comfortable. I don't want you to go into a store. I know we talked about this for our weekly play stuff.
Yeah.
You can go into the store and play a game and get your promos.
Yeah.
Or you can walk in the store and be like, hey, I really need to trade out this X-Wing. I have too many. Does anybody have anything I can trade with?
Yeah.
That opportunity to then interact with another human being, where if I'm forced to play the game to get my cool stuff and I can just do this instead, that makes me feel like there's more for me here. And then I start talking to more people and I get engaged and involved every week. So that's a lot of what I'm trying to do, is create that community experience where people want the cool stuff, but can do it how they want to do it, right? Because not everybody's comfortable playing like you and I are.
Right. Not everybody's comfortable, and not everybody has the time, right?
Right. That's fair.
So it's when they have the time, they want to make sure that they have the same experience, or at least as close to it as they can,
right,
as other people who might have more time than them.
Right.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
I love that. What else do I love? I think I love that I am going to play a First Legion Snowshoe.
Okay.
That's what we're going to do.
Well, I think that Leia Organa is going to come into play. I'm going to exhaust that.
Great.
Yeah, I think that feels good.
That does feel good. I think with my last resource, I will use Vader's action.
Yep.
To deal 1 to the base, and let's go ahead and pop the R2 shield.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I will Luke to put that shield on the Leia instead.
Protecting the family, I understand.
Of course. I don't even know she's my sister yet, but I'm doing it.
Yeah, you're right. Empire Strikes Back does not know. And I will take the initiative once again.
All right. And then R2, I mean, you're just going to throw a damage into the base. I'm going to take a peek. I have found that I don't play this card very often in the deck, and it's like one of the uniques to this deck.
Huh.
So I am
throw it under. Why not?
I'm going to throw it down there.
Why not?
And then I will pass as I have nothing left to do.
Okay. Okay, well, that's interesting.
Should have kept it up top.
I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but okay. So you said previously that organized play has been in the forefront of the discussions for Star Wars Unlimited since the early stages.
Yep.
In your designs for this game, and I don't mean designs as in like designing cards. I mean your grand design for the vision of this game. Why was it so important that OP be installed day one right out the gate?
Great question. Because we just need to keep people playing the game. Let's be honest, right? Like we're a company. We want people buying our products, right? But with a game like this, we want to keep those people involved, and we want to keep them buying the product for many different reasons, right? Like it doesn't just help us, but it helps that local game store.
Yeah.
Right. And there are, outside of the player, our biggest focus for this game. We want to make sure that stores have these exciting things that they can do and engage their players and stay in business, right? Which is one of the big reasons Draft and Sealed exists for the game, because that's a great way for a store to have a weekly event where maybe they only have 8 players, but they know that they're paying for the time and energy that they're spending there. So it's important for that reason, but it is also just a way to keep players engaged. If I'm just sitting at my kitchen table playing against my wife or my 8-year-olds all the time, I'm going to get a little bit bored of the game.
Sure.
But this is a way for you to find another community, another little family, basically, to interact with the game.
Sure.
And us as gamers, we all have a competitive streak to us, whether we try to hide it or not.
I won't deny it.
We do.
I won't deny it.
And that competitive scene for a game like this is a requirement.
Sure.
It has to exist.
Sure. Like you can go to your local game store and create it on your own, but there may not be the prizing or the incentive as you would have with organized play.
Right. And you can feel really good beating the 12 other people in your store.
Yeah.
But when you walk out as the champion of, let's just say, a 400 player event, there's a level of pride there, right?
Absolutely.
So it gives you that excitement of playing at that big tier. And that's something that you need for a TCG.
100%. I am excited to play, and so I think that, I'm sure other people seeing this and seeing all the content you guys have been putting out will be as well. And speaking of playing, before you exhaust my probe droid again, I think we're going to go ahead and swing into R2 for 3.
Okay, so you'll take 1, I'll take 3. I don't know why I'm exhausting R2. It has been a long weekend.
Hey, you can if you want to. I wouldn't recommend it.
No. Not going to happen yet. All right, let's see. You've got 1 left on you. I think we will do this because
Yes.
I don't need to take out your units.
No.
I just need to take out your base. That's all
true.
I care about. So Leia's going to hit the base for a good solid 4.
You got it. So that's going to be a 5 spot, which we love to see. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and pay 3 resources for a super laser technician.
I hate that card so much. That card makes that deck so good.
It's a wonderful card.
For one of us.
Indeed.
And just in case you're planning on popping R2, I might as well throw that damage and look at my cards. So 1 more into the base.
1 more into the base.
Yeah, I'll hold on to that.
Might as well.
Yep.
All right, so I think we're going to use the Vader action here. But then we were going to put it on the super laser technician, which goes right here.
Okay. Well, then I am going to Luke a shield onto my fleet lieutenant
Seems like a good thing to do.
Phase.
And then we will throw the First Legion Snowtrooper into R2-D2.
Okay.
And overwhelm for 3.
That was 5, yeah. That was 5.
And then I take 1 from...
Yeah, from my little buddy. Good job, R2. And then I will take that initiative back.
Perfect. He's exhausted. I have 1 resource left. I will not use it, so I'll go ahead and pass.
All right.
So organized play for Star Wars Unlimited is divided into 2 very distinct categories. You have casual play, you have competitive play.
Yep.
But oftentimes they're not really as distinct as you might necessarily think they would be. And other times there are players who just want to stick to one or the other.
Yeah.
Or find their own path. But how do you, as the organized play program manager, how do you make sure that both the casual player and the competitive player are both served in a way that satisfies them?
It's a great question. I just don't care about one of the 2.
Great.
Yeah.
That works.
You'll find out which one that is later.
Yeah, got it.
No, absolutely not. So what we are doing is we are spending a lot of our early focus on that casual side because we know we need both. But our early focus is getting people in the game stores, getting them playing the game, getting them interacting.
Yep.
And then giving them those store showdowns, which we've already talked about, those tournament experiences. It's like, you know what? I'll try it. It's not competitive. Let's give it a shot. And then they get that little itch and that little taste. And then they move on to both. So now I'm covering both, and I'm happy with 1 player. But we obviously know that there's a difference between the 2. There are some players that are going to be casual and casual throughout. And they're going to be able to show up at a store every week, get their 3-card promo pack for just engaging with the game, and that's going to be what they want. And they're going to love it. They're going to be happy for the rest of the time.
Absolutely.
But there are those players that need more. They need those bigger prizes. I'm not going to get into details of what those prizes may or may not be in the future because we haven't talked about that quite yet. But we know that there are the people that want to show up, have that competitive side of things, and really like duke it out for their spot, and then be satisfied with the result at the end.
Sure.
Getting a lot of really cool things, getting that, clout and like feeling great about themselves.
This isn't something I plan on asking, but since you brought it up, with the store showdown specifically, is there a concern that some of the competitive crowd might overtake and, to use a keyword, overwhelm the casual side of people trying to play in the store showdowns, which falls under the casual category?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's always a risk. One of the things that we've done, and I know from watching, different people, yourselves included, talking about this, there are some groups that feel like the store showdown should give out some tournament points.
Yep.
It just gave even just a little bit.
Yep.
It might be worth it. But that is the draw for those competitive players to get those last points that they need, or to get higher on the leaderboard in the end, right? They want to have the most points of the season. All they need to do is win this one store showdown, and they got it.
Yeah.
That is why that has been taken out entirely.
Great.
Now, that is for the launch of the game. There is a world where that changes and we grow and adapt because we might need to.
Absolutely.
And that is one of the things that we're doing with this game. I mean, we've been more open and honest with this game just as a whole in everything that we've done so far. And I'm going to do that with OP as well.
Well,
right?
the transparency has been noticed, and it's something that you guys talked about in your very first stream. Is how you wanted to be transparent, and I think that goes a long way.
Yeah.
I believe it's your go.
I believe you are correct. And I believe that I did not ready any of my units.
We'll let it slide this time. Next time, though, I don't know.
Next time they'll stay exhausted. Judge. Wait, that might be me.
Darn.
All right, so I think we are going to drop our wing guard
Very nice.
as our sentinel.
All right. Well, that's unfortunate.
I think it's fine.
I think you're great with it. Okay, so I've got the 6 resources. You've got the 6 resources. I think we want to. I think what we want to do is we're going to pay 3. For another.
And you're going to drop Vader this round. Potentially.
Potentially.
Alliance X-Wing for 2.
Okay. Let's go ahead and. So I need to attack your Sentinel.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and do the Vader ping on the Sentinel in your base.
Yep. I'm smelling what you're stepping in.
Okay. That seems like a good idea.
Yeah. Don't need that overwhelm hitting me again.
All right. So if that is the case, we are going to. It's a little dicey if I do it that way, but
No, there are no dice in this game.
oh, there goes my chance at a pun. I do.
Is there only one pun per stream?
I am familiar that you like the puns, so we're getting along just fine here.
All right.
Puns are always welcome, despite what my brother says. All right, so I think I'm in a way where I just have to do this, and it's unfortunate, but I feel like I'm going to get behind if I don't. So we're going to play the Snow Trooper Lieutenant, which we're very fond of on this channel.
Yep.
And then that's going to give the probe +2/+0, and he'll swing into the wing guard and trade there.
All right. Okay, I'm not angry with that.
No, I don't see why you would be.
No. We'll put 3 more into the base.
Yeah, that seems good.
So I know I'm not showing it yet. You asked me before the camera went on to be really nice and let you win.
Yeah.
So I'm making it look
like it.
Yeah. Like I'm really trying, and then it's gonna fall apart.
In the few games that I've played, I know this game can swing very quickly.
Yes.
So
yes, it can.
I am out of resources, so I think I'm going to take the initiative.
All right. And I am out of things to do and resources as well, so I will pass.
We'll do the regroup phase here. Interesting.
All right. I'll throw that one down. A couple stacks of 3 over here. No matter how many times I stack them, it's going to be wrong.
Fair.
I'm going to decide, you know what? I'm going to play this card first instead of the 3 and then have to break them up.
Right.
It's just terrible.
Okay. Let's put this down. Yeah, let's put this down. And then we'll ready up. Okay.
All right.
So my go here, and it feels like we trade with Leia.
Okay.
And then take that resource.
Yep. We will Fleet Lieutenant
Very nice.
to have that Fleet Lieutenant throw 5 into the base.
All right. There you go. We love to see it. I think now is the time to pay 4 for an Imperial Interceptor.
Yep.
3 to the X-Wing.
Feels like that was put in there just to destroy my X-Wings.
It does feel that way.
Alrighty, I'm gonna spend 1 for Luke to shield up my Fleet Lieutenant.
A lot of shields here.
A lot of shields.
A lot of shields that I can't get around.
Not enough Sentinels with shields.
We're going to swing to your base for 2.
Okay. Feels like a thing that, you should do.
Agreed.
All right, we've got 6, so we're gonna epic Luke in.
That hurts.
I mean, not yet.
I've got 8.
You do have 8.
I think we're gonna epic Vader and.
I know you asked me to be nice. He didn't actually do that.
He did. That's okay.
Spend 2.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh no, it's not enough.
It's not enough.
I was misreading.
Okay.
So we'll start with this then, just to maybe take the risk away.
Sure.
Surprise strike, 6 into Vader, pop the shield.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
So only 6.
You got it. That's 6.
You made yourself move.
What?
The Chewbacca out yet? So hide behind.
No. I wish I had a Chewbacca out right now, but I will shield up. You know what? I'll shield that one up. Oh, I didn't attack with Luke. That was my intent. Wow.
It's been a long weekend, I'm sure. All right.
I'm being distracted.
I'll swing my leg.
Yeah.
See if I can see.
All right. So if I don't attack with Vader, then Luke's going to get me, which is unfortunate. And I don't necessarily want that. However, I will make you make the tough decision.
I was trying to make you make the tough decision. Ooh, God.
Tie advanced.
Oh.
Too experienced on.
Ah.
So the plot thickens.
It does. I think they both pop
I think so too.
because I at least get the shield out of it that way.
You do indeed.
And yeah, we'll throw 2 on that one.
All right. I think I will. I think I will take the initiative.
Yep. And then I will pass.
Great. Well, that was somewhat anticlimactic.
It was.
But I think it worked out in a good way for both of us.
Very differently than it worked out, or than I had intended.
I will not
And-
resource a card here.
I don't know if I'm going to either.
So we talked about the 2 different sides of OP and casual and competitive.
Yeah.
Within that, you've also divided your strategy for OP into 3 stages, which is connect, collect, and compete.
Yep.
In your ideal scenario for Star Wars Unlimited, how do those 3 things interact with each other when the game releases?
Fair. So the interaction between them is not, I don't want to say guaranteed, but almost guaranteed for the collector themselves,
Yes.
right? If you're a collector, you need one of everything. That means you're going to the local game store, you're getting your 3-card boosters every week, and if you don't get all the cards, you're then trading.
I would argue that if you're a collector, you need 3 of everything.
That is a good point, depending on the type of collector,
This is true.
I want 3 of everything.
Exactly.
But then the collector will also need to either attend or somehow otherwise acquire the competitive cards, right? Even if it's just going to an event to collect that participation promo,
Sure.
right? That collector will be engaged and involved in one way, shape, or form, whether it's attending the events, having friends acquire things for them, whatever it be. But again, the Connect is more the casual, lighthearted, whatever side of things. That's happening in the stores all the time. At our competitive events, we are going to have side events happening all weekend long. That gives the opportunity for these people who are like, I don't want to play a constructed, like hardcore event. I just want to go play in a couple draft tournaments. So they'll do those side events. So it gives them the opportunity to be a part of the experience, whether they're there to compete or not, right? We want that to be more of a celebration of the game and less of just a tournament. We're going to start and we're going to run 2 days and everybody's going to be miserable by the end of it. But yeah, so we're providing that there. And then at the store side, there is a tournament. Again, it's supposed to be casual,
Yes.
But the competitive players, I don't think will need that. I don't want to call it the lower tier, the other tier of events to attend to feel that there's enough for them.
Sure.
So saying that hopefully shows we have a lot of events planned already.
Which is great.
Right. So
That's awesome.
yep.
And again,
So-
and that goes with installing OP from day one instead of waiting until the game's out for a few months to do that.
Right.
There's a plan. I can see
There
that.
is a plan.
I don't know if I have a plan here, but we're gonna figure it out.
Oh, here I don't have one. See, I didn't even ready Luke. That's how bad my planning is.
I think I'm going to send the Snow Trooper Lieutenant into your Fleet Lieutenant and deal some damage there.
Okay, which means Vader can take him out, which means I should probably hit your base before that does happen.
Okay, so that's going to put me at 14 and 3 is 17. So we'll just do some quick addition, which I'm bad at.
Oh, I'm very bad at it right now.
Yeah, so we'll do that. Great. Okay, so in order to make sure that we do that, oh, he can wait. He's sitting there just fine. Let's throw an Imperial Interceptor into your base.
Okay, so 3 into the base. So there's another 5. All right. It's incredibly surprising,
Oh, I'm surprised.
but I'm going to deal 6 more damage into your
Ouch.
base with that surprise strike.
Wow, this is the most competition I've gotten all day. You weren't kidding. Okay,
I'm really bad at this game. I've never played it before.
never ever.
Yeah. Yeah, they told me to design OP in a vacuum. First interaction with the game.
All right, so before we do anything else, let's send 3 more into your base.
Okay. Seems
Try
fair.
to keep this going.
All right, we'll drop our restored arc so that we can maybe get some restore. Nah, we're not going to do that.
We're not
going
gonna
to do that. I haven't played a unit that this round. I am going to not claim,
You're gonna pass,
but pass.
you got it. Let's go ahead and play a Death Star Stormtrooper.
All right. I will now use my Fleet Lieutenant into your base for another 3.
So 26. Okay. Let us use Vader's action here. And we'll get rid of the Fleet Lieutenant and ping 1 to the base.
Yep. One to the Fleet Lieutenant.
Yes.
And we're out of 5s.
Yeah. So Fleet Lieutenant had 2.
He had 2. Okay,
Yes.
I started
No,
taking
you're
him
good.
off.
You're good.
Telling you. I'm only winning because I've been cheating this whole time, feigning ignorance.
Well, it's okay because even
Like,
if I haven't
totally
caught
forgot.
it, even if I haven't caught it, the camera's caught it.
Right?
we'll-
They're so mad at me right
call
now.
We'll call you out
Oh,
later.
they're so mad at me. I'm gonna pass again.
Okay. All right. Let's pay 6 for an ATST. There's
Get
the
rid of it.
melee. All righty. Take the initiative.
Yep, and I'll pass.
Great.
I knew that it was there.
Oh yeah.
I knew that you
I
had it.
telegraphed it, but it was either I get the ATST and you get initiative,
Right.
or the other way
Right.
around.
Exactly.
So I know I did this in the wrong order, but that's okay.
That's all right. I forgive you this time.
I appreciate that.
And you were at 26?
26. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do enough with your base at 15. And 2 shields on the Fleet Lieutenant, which is unfortunate. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Swinging with the Death Star Stormtrooper. And
3 into the base.
See as far as I get here.
You mad if I told you that's as far as you get here?
That's okay. Fleet Lieutenant it is.
All right.
Alrighty.
So
Fantastic. That was a great game.
Good game.
I do
Good
still
game.
have a couple more questions.
Oh, yeah, and I'm still here, so let's go.
Fantastic. You said earlier that you weren't going to talk a lot about the prizes that are coming because a lot of that information has not been revealed.
Correct.
I won't ask you to. What I will ask you is, let's talk about the Galactic Championship.
Let's talk about the Galactic Championship.
I am a player that I would consider to fall right in that blurry line between casual and competitive.
Sure.
I want to play the things that I want to play and not the best things.
Yep.
But I still want to win. How does a player like me, who toes that line, make it to the Galactic Championship?
Fair. So we've already announced that there will be a tournament point structure for all of our qualifying events. I will call them that because it's the planetary, regional, and sector qualifiers. So with that, we are giving tournament points based on how well you do in the event. Obviously, everybody who shows up is going to get, a couple tournament points, but not enough to attend the Galactic Championship.
Yeah.
So for somebody who's maybe not hyper competitive, but enjoys the game and is good at the game, you can get far enough in the event to get a good handful of points.
Okay.
And then if you attend another one and you do about the same, you're getting a handful of points. So it's a season of collecting, basically, those tournament points.
Yeah.
So throughout the year, you have a lot of opportunities and options to get those points, including one of those events, which will be a store level event.
Great.
So something that stores can run that isn't the Store Showdown. And we haven't really talked about that specifically yet. So
well, fantastic. Well, I appreciate the info. And so what you're saying, if I'm reading between the lines here,
yeah,
for the people who don't necessarily have the access available to travel all over the country to play in all these large qualifier events, there will be enough opportunities for them to garner tournament points to at least put themselves on the right track to get to a Galactic Championship.
Potentially. Yes.
Yeah, obviously you can't make any promises where, every case is different.
Yes.
Completely understand.
Yes.
We talked a little bit about transparency earlier.
Yeah.
And it was something you guys hit on right from the beginning. The other thing you guys hit on right from the beginning that was discussed right when the game was announced is the notion of learning from the past, learning from other games, learning what worked, what didn't. Can you share a little bit about how you've taken those lessons and applied them to Star Wars Unlimited from an OP perspective?
Yeah, I love that. So I come from another organized play program with another company.
Yes.
And I learned a lot while I was there, whether it was running their events prior to being a part of the company, the time that I was there working with the company, and then coming to FFG and running a lot of existing programs. The only one that I really had a hand in was Keyforge.
Yes.
And Keyforge was a wonderful game. I loved doing stuff with it, but the OP for it was very late in planning. I started shortly before the game came out, and that was when we came up with the program. Mm-hmm. Right? So I've had a lot of learning experiences myself from other companies, from this, and what we're doing is we're taking a bit of everything, things that we loved about the OP that we did in the past when we were running 8 games at the same time. But removing the things that don't make sense for one game because we have a program that we use for one game that we then just implement in another and it doesn't fit. So what we've done is we've really focused everything around this game and how it works and functions and makes sense best for this game, using the 12 plus years of experience I have, the 10 plus years of experience one of my guys has, and then you've already talked to Xander, you've talked to Jim, they've got years of experience. So it's been a lot of us putting our minds together, and just like with this game, where pretty much everything feels familiar and comfortable, but still new, that's what we're trying to do with OP. We want to give people that, okay, I've done OP for a lot of games, for a lot of TCG specifically. I want to feel like I know what's going on. But I also want something that's new and a little bit different. So we're implementing some changes, potentially, to certain areas that we're going to try.
So it goes away from Fantasy Flight's OP strategy and becomes Star Wars Unlimited's OP strategy.
It is the strategy for this game and this game alone. Now, if we do another TCG in the future,
that will have its own strategy.
Hopefully way into the future, because this is a lot.
Yes.
That will have its own strategy that will, again, use some things from this, but still be its own game. So that's what we want to do. We want to treat this game like an individual And it is.
Last one for you, and then I'll let you go get some sleep.
Yeah.
Your favorite Kanan Jarrus moment in Star Wars?
I mean, that's spoilers. Come on. I mean, so I will tell you a quick little story about my favorite moment.
Please.
So we're rewatching Rebels right now because my wife has never seen it all the way through.
Fantastic.
My kids and I have.
Great.
A couple years back, they were like 6. And it was the episode where he's standing on the fuel containers.
Oh, yes.
And protecting everybody.
Yes.
And I'm going to get emotional right now because I love Kanan so much. But I'm sitting on the couch with one kid on either side of me.
Yes.
And I'm hearing them sniffling as I'm tearing up. And I'm just like, man, this guy is who I want to be. The one that just protects and will do anything for his friends. And that is my moment for Kanan Jarrus. Like, it's the end, and it is the most beautiful ending. That's why he's my favorite. And I'm literally getting emotional. What the heck?
Well, I mean, nobody's questioning your love for Kanan Jarrus. Nobody's questioning your love for Star Wars Unlimited. It's been a great experience getting to play and chat with you.
Same.
And I appreciate the time and everything that you guys are doing from not just from a game perspective, but from a community perspective. I think it goes a long way, and I said this previously, it goes a long way with us as players to know that you as developers are as invested in this as we are. So thank you again, and we're looking forward to more down the road.
Of course. Thanks for coming out.
Absolutely.